Also, you can see the banner in the back. PlayNAPL.com, the DeVito team, Ozone Billiards, Gotham City Technology, of course, Delta 13, and Tony Robles Predator Tour. Here we go. Copigny with the opening break. Tell you what, you hit him pretty hard, testing the table. That's what I call it. And nothing dropping, coming up dry. Probably if Ryan, I don't know his game totally, but he's got the option of bringing the cue ball somewhere in the vicinity between the 4 and the 8, which are at the bottom right-hand corner, or he can actually bring the cue ball back behind the 10 with the perfect speed and lock them up tight. I like coming between the 4 and the 8 because there's more balls in the middle of the table, creating some kind of traffic. The thing is, you don't want to bring the one ball all the way across table and leave it on the right side because you'll leave an open shot if you don't hide that cue ball. So if you're going to hit it with the speed, you want to bring the cue ball back out. See what he does here. He might just thin it and come down. That's what he's doing. I don't like that too much. You're putting that one around that 10. Better make sure you hide this rock here. And he does. And you can hear Ko say safety. There's one thing about the Taiwanese and the Europeans is, they're interpreters here for the ones that don't speak English or speak that well. The interpreter does one hell of a job because at the players' meeting, at each tournament you go to, rules tend to be different, or modified, I should say. And there's one thing about them, the discipline is, okay, this is the rule. They memorize it, and he called safety right out of the box. In other words, sometimes I see a player doesn't call it. They assume that their opponent thinks they're playing safe. And if something should arise, a 10 ball go in, it's like, well, did you call safe or did you call the shot? So safety allowed, and we're into a safety battle. Oh, no. There's somebody getting on board here and sitting down. The shotgun seat, my ace in the hole. NJ pool player.
Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to a fabulous,
unbelievable.
This is. It took me a little while just to come in and get acclimated to the arena because there's just so much talent. I didn't want to just sit down and I wanted to enjoy seeing all these players, and
right.
It was good. But I'd like to say hello to everyone, and fresh off the road from the U.S. Open.
Nice.
I went down there for a couple days.
And I relaxed a week, thank God.
Yeah, and a more great pool.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
This is the best pool that we can watch. The best players, and if you're a pool cue aficionado, it doesn't get much better than this. It really doesn't. I'd like to thank you, Al, personally, and on air.
You kidding me? I thank you. What I was going to add to that was anytime you see somebody come up to the table that has on a bright red shirt with the logo on the back, like Copigny,
they're in trouble.
They're all from the same team. Now, Ryan must have called the 9 ball because he's looking at the 1 in the queue to see if he has a shot. So he played the jump combo on that because it is called shot, call safety.
I don't think he's going to be jumping this one. It's a long distance there. He's going to be kicking at this. I'm not saying he couldn't jump it, but it looks like he's got to get so much height and speed on that ball.
Well, you see what a 6 ball is?
Right.
Imagine if there was an 8 ball in that same line going towards the one where the 3-ball is, right?
Double jump.
Jason didn't double jump. He jumped from there over the 6-8 and then pocketed the 1 ball. He was practicing that with Mika.
Was he straight, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, he's got a little...
And the cue ball was closer to the rail where you got to jack up anyway, you know.
He's got a little...
but that's a far jump.
Yeah. He's got too much power going through that 1 ball, I think, to...
Full cue, by the way. Full cue.
Right. Oh, is this... you can...
No, he was practicing with the full cue.
Well, that long jump is... that's what you need, is a full cue, too. Nice kick. Ooh, he squeaked out a little bit. The full cue allows you to get that a little extra in there.
Yeah.
That velocity.
And the weight, too. Yeah, absolutely.
So back to work, Al, for you, huh? You must have
Back to work.
You've been here for a few days. Al, once again, has everything set up nicely
2 days prior to the tournament.
to bring you this fabulous stream. I see we have a chat. Say hello to all the chatters, although I do not recognize too many of those names right there, but welcome. If you can, as Al said before, it's very important that you share the information. And let's get this thing to...
Absolutely.
Let's move a little bit.
Let's be fair and real to Steinway. I don't know how many years that you guys been following Steinway, but I used to come into Steinway when this table that you're looking at used to be a 3-cushion billiard table, which was many, many moons ago. They've been doing so much for pool lately I mean, if you guys are pool fanatics like we are, can you imagine what they did in the last 5 years in pool?
Yeah, and pool rooms are businesses. It's not like this is a tournament. He's got pool tables and...
So they appreciate it.
Yeah,
What I was getting to is when they search their social media and they see people sharing it, if they don't have the time to thank you, believe me, they don't have the time anyway. They work. Manny, Anna, George, the whole crew works here nonstop, like a bunch of ants moving furniture around and serving people and doing whatever they got to do to keep everybody comfortable. But I just want to say thank you on behalf of them.
Yeah, to run a business and have it filled with pool players is a tough endeavor for sure.
Well, it's a nice shot. Cole's going to have to go to the air, and back to the seat he goes. He's going to grab his jump cue and come out. He's going to have to jump just over the 5, but between the 5-3.
Now,
I call it.
If that 2 and the cue are straight, do you play the ball and then play safe?
You got to play the ball. You got to play the ball.
You mentioned that before. That's your tactics is generally if you're shooting for the ball, don't just call it there.
Yeah, and it's right near the pocket. It's not like it's that far away. I like him to make this.
Yeah.
And then if he's got a little angle, spin off the right, and he might even just come down and play safe, like you said.
Yeah, he's a favorite, but he might be going to the right a little bit.
How do you like jumping it with a little bit of inside?
Yeah. Now, this is also is this one of his teammates or no?
No. If he was a teammate, he would have a red jersey on.
Oh, that's the uniform of the day.
There's 11. This is my bet. I'm saying that one of the Taiwanese contingent is going to knock this off. There's 11 of them. I like the odds.
I said that too. I said if you bought them all in the Calcutta, you'd be doing okay.
Pay-per-view, yeah, in the Calcutta or Players Auction. Players Auction. Yeah, pay-per-view. It's all right. If you did do that, you get pretty good odds. And there was a gentleman here that just about bought all the Filipinos. I mean, I don't know. He had bankroll, big bankroll, all strapped up.
So he has a lot of work ahead of him.
Yeah, he called a 4-ball. He crank. Oh, I got him cranked up pretty well. No. I cranked us down because John said that. Now you're on number 2, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Check 1-2. That's check 1-2. That's me. All right. How do you like it now?
Well, I was good before.
Oh, okay. That's what I figured. I don't want to hurt your ears any worse than what they were, but I kind of like my turned up a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm getting there.
Yeah. We got you. We're all good. Back to the match. And he's in real good shape here. So Yeah, the U.S. Open was spectacular.
It looked fantastic. Believe me, I was tempted. I was tempted to just jump in the RV. I mapped it all out. I knew exactly what it was going to cost me in fuel and tolls. And then I said, because I had that urge. It was either do that or go to the casino and fool around a little bit up by me. And I said, well, I'm not going to go there.
Eddie the Hat came for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I heard he did a road trip.
He literally came, and he didn't stay very long, and he headed back out because I think he had a tournament down here to play, which was nice to see him. And we're going to get the same exciting matches that I was able to see down there right here.
Oh, yeah.
And very nice, close to home. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to get down there and see what it was like. I was never down there.
Oh, you weren't then?
No. So it was on
Yeah,
my
I've been
bucket
there
list.
many a times. Many times at the Open.
And it's not too far of a drive, so
For you.
for me, it's still a drive.
But you like driving. I like it too.
Yeah,
Believe me.
I don't mind driving.
But there's a difference between driving
it's,
a car and
shooting
driving,
lefty.
and driving a motor coach.
Yeah,
You're
absolutely.
driving a motor coach.
Well, something like that, I don't think you would. You could have stayed with me.
Oh, I would have brought the house with us.
Nah,
I love it.
I had a nice room.
Well, Copigny goes into a deficit as Ryan sinks that one. Let me just get. Oh, I didn't open up my scorer. Ooh, shame on me, right?
So it looks like you're all settled in and
We're getting there.
ready for the ride for 3 days to produce once again another great stream for.
Unbelievable. After this, I might have a little surprise coming up for this weekend coming. It's in the making. We're not sure yet. But we might have that one going.
Well, yeah. Hopefully, give that one away for everybody.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a call.
Good.
But definitely right after that, we're going to do the Ocean State Snookers in Providence, Rhode Island. I watched the 5 and the 7. I mean the 6 and the 7, and the 2 and the 3. And the one ball towards the right-hand side pocket goes long. The 7 goes short, or long hits the point.
Yeah, he didn't miss that. He didn't miss that by much. Maybe take a little bit off of it.
You know who I really missed, and I'm sorry to see them go, is
All my money. Now, who did you miss?
the Russian, like Maxime Dudanets.
Oh, doing that and the boys.
And, they had to go because they're going to play in the
Kuwait.
the Kremlin Cup.
Oh, the Kremlin Cup. Okay.
Yeah. We got somebody special on board right here. We call him special because he used to take a small yellow bus to school.
Yeah, I was
There he is, William Finnegan. Are you on the air?
Yes, sir. I'm on the air. The Godfather Pool is
He is
on the air.
Okay.
Live.
I'll tell you what, this is pretty exciting.
Who do you like here, Finney? Not here as far
The guy
as the
with
match.
the red shirt. Okay, the red shirt.
Oh, stand by. What number is Finney on?
Oh, I got to step out.
Okay, go ahead. Finnegan will be back.
There we go.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Al gave him the hook.
And I have 5. I have the mic on the end.
That was enough of Finnegan.
The logo on the back of the red shirts is the Taiwanese Typhoons, is the name of their team. So that's what the logo represents,
Yeah,
in case you guys are wondering.
pack of strong players if you didn't already know it.
Yeah, how'd you like to bump into these guys in casual clothes, jeans and sneakers? And they put together a 16-piece Model Special Q, right?
You're beaten.
And you get tortured.
Jarrett the Jazz Man just texted me and he said, keep a seat warm.
Yeah, Jarrett's been texting me, and I'm very sorry, Jarrett. I'm so occupied, as you know.
He knows.
And I didn't get to do what I normally do for a lot of the guys and girls that help me out here. I usually take care of them in the background. I didn't get a chance to do any of that. To the last minute, setting up 2 more cameras out here was pretty brutal.
I'm sure he's
And
fine.
I apologize. I usually do it. Yeah, he's on his way. He'll be here about 5 a.m. He's rolling in.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Tonight he is playing in Washington, and then he's going to get on his horse and
Right.
come over to Delaware.
So we're going to have the likes of Mr. Jared Arasamina.
I'd like to say hello to everybody in the villages there, and my buddy Pete.
Petey's watching.
I hope so. I think so. Let's see, he might be playing in a tournament, so. To the air.
I mean, just how strong of a field this is. You know, now we are talking about,
Well, you won't see a field like this again
no, I mean, we're talking
until
about
next year.
We're talking about the Cole brothers, and and we're talking about Kevin Chang, and we're talking about, Ralph Souquet, and we're talking about Mika Immonen. Don't forget, we also have the Rocket. He just got inducted into the BCA Hall of Fame. We got Rodney Morris in here. We got Raj Handel. There's Jeremy Sosi.
The list goes on and on.
It just goes. I put somewhat of a list on AZ Billiards, and I put it on Facebook, and I kind of took the heat for it because I was typing out names as I was setting up equipment, and I'm trying to make a post and keep everybody updated on the players, and I didn't mention a few players. I didn't type them up there. It seemed like I only typed up what I wanted to, like headliners, which I did. I wanted to type the headliners, of course, but there are other players in this tournament. I did post a picture via Predator of everybody that's in the tournament.
Right.
So
Well,
I apologize.
They can feel free to copy it, add it, and then paste it.
I told them I would add it, and they said, no, I'm just breaking your chops. But we want to thank Baltimore City Q's, and Peg and Jay, if you're listening in, get me that new graphic. I still didn't receive it yet. And we see Jim Fredericks of AccuStats. You're quite welcome, my friend.
Jimmy needs a rest from after that.
Well, I got the chance to talk to
A
Jimmy.
lot of hard work.
I was talking to Jimmy on the phone, and he says it's all part of the job. He's so used to it. Being a tech like he is, and just being a tech in general, you really got to have the patience of a saint. Because you're talking with people as you're a tech, like online, when they call you, I got a problem with my Windows. You really have to have the patience. I don't think I could have the patience to do that. Wow, caught the rail.
Well, yeah, he tried to cheat it and move the cue over.
And there's the logo right on the back. The Taiwanese Typhoons.
Yeah, well, getting back to, I stand corrected. I said we might not see the likes of a field like this for another year until the Open Gotham and Steinway Classic. But Darren's got a big event coming up, and I believe
We'll be here.
we'll see this crew and maybe more.
A lot more. There's a lot of players that are over in the Philippines that are unknown to the players in the States. Well, let's say the general population in the States as far as pool enthusiasts. And Dennis Acolo, I was talking to him outside, said that he's going to try to bring 10 people, 10 Filipinos that are unknown. He likes the way that the Taiwanese contingent's doing it
As a team.
as a team, and he would like to bring 10, not unknowns, but 10 Filipinos that we haven't seen yet.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it'd be good if he's
Yeah.
able. Even 5, 5 of the superstars.
Well, he told Darren he's going to try to bring all 10. So it's pretty good, and that's going to take place in January.
Well, just with that, was Cheska, right?
And I also have another surprise in February. Wait till you hear what I got to say. As soon as I get the go-ahead to release it, You're going to see these guys again in February. Trust me.
Were you putting a teaser out there?
I'm putting it. Hey, listen, this is in stone right now. It's in stone. In fact, I'll make a phone call when I get a chance.
You might be able to release it between now and this is over?
I'll release it before this is over.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would share that.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It really is going to be awesome. It's going to be $15,000 cash added.
There you go.
Sort of like Gotham City Billiard Club. And it's going to be tremendous because the promoter that's promoting it and putting this all together knows everybody around the world, and I think they're going to support him
Good.
like they do Darren. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's real nice.
That's great.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome to see.
it's going to be 10 balls. too.
This keeps happening, and eventually, this schedule will be filled up with $15,000 or $25,000 added events
Oh yeah,
monthly, if not more,
Yeah.
and we'll
Well-
get noticed at that point.
you know we got great supporters. I'm just going to take two. I'm going to take two, just as a reference, or what I consider loyal supporters and gentlemen at that. Joel Shapiro and Dr. Michael Fedak. Just great supporters of the sport and gentlemen on top of it to boot. I mean, without those two guys and Joel, you know, Joel's been doing it for many, many years. Joel put what I consider pool on the map in the metro area. And that was his goal when he started doing it. I remember having a conversation with Joel Shapiro where one of the ways that he wanted to do was have exhibitions. And he would actually put matches together, whether it be Dennis Hatch and Ginky or Reed Pierce or anybody that he can come up with, champions, against champions, and put up sold money on his own. And he could have did this in the likes of his condominium. That's how much he liked pool. But instead of doing it, he went to Amsterdam Billiards, he would go to Masters, and he would put these matches together, and nobody had to put up money, and he would fly them in, hotel them, feed them, and all they had to do was play. The loser's going to get $2,000, the winner's going to get $3,000.
Nice.
He'll put up $5,000 or $6,000 or $10,000.
Yeah,
and
just
he
like-
did that for years.
Just like Pat Fleming does with the
Sort of that concept.
Concept, yeah.
Yep. And Joel's been doing it for years, and he really brought pool to the metro area. I consider in a big way. And I don't forget that. You know.
yeah, without the supporters,
I really don't
this,
forget it.
this game definitely needs a leg up.
And now we have Dr. Michael Fedak on scene also. Two great icons to have in the game.
I just think if you had enough money, you're able to put that on there, like put an event like that.
Yeah.
You name it for yourself, you know, or if you feel that way, like I want to name it for myself, or you could just, if you want to be in the background, like most of your supporters are, they're just doing it for the love of the game and not want to be noticed, but they definitely, they should be brought to the forefront and thanked. Absolutely.
Well, I just want to let everybody know also Dr. Michael Fedak is on board with AZB TV now. And we're going to make up some special, I got to make him up some kind of special logo, just like I did for Joel. He deserves it.
We're going to run, how about this, Al? You run an AZB TV
Tournament. I just got hit with that 1 hour ago. You know,
Come
I
on.
did major tournaments years ago in Queens. Biggest one in New York for years, and I don't want to get back into doing it. I got too much on my plate.
How about if I
Why don't
fund
you
it?
ask Pat
How
Fleming
about if
to
I
do
fund it
Ask
for
Pat
you?
Fleming
How
and
much
see how
you
he-
need? $20?
$20. Just to take the subway today. All right, we're tied at one apiece.
I don't think he
Copini
made anything.
And
3,
Ryan.
6, 9, 10. No. Try break.
And this is Ryan Shue and Copini. Yeah, I could fix Co's name and I'll put the YI at the end, you know, just to make it even with these two guys.
Pingy.
Oh,
That's all right. Al's getting to some graphic work here, and we'll just sit back and enjoy the match, folks.
Yeah, this is it's a great match. It's good to sit back and enjoy. It's the opening match. Getting the jitters out in the booth. Players are getting the jitters out.
Now, I believe during some of your free streams, Al, whether it's some of the Predator events and some of the other events that you've run, I believe you did give out a couple passes.
I did.
Right.
This one, I don't think we gave out any passes for the Steinway Classic, did we?
I don't know. I'm looking to dig deep and say, you know what, if we can get like
Oh my
next
God! Hold on,
time
now
out-
you got me. I'm going to check because if I did and I didn't get the pass to the person, I'm going to be sick.
Oops.
Passes.
I was going to say, if you didn't, if we can get like
Oh no, that's I got to be
share it
on the
on
winners.
Facebook, like
No, the winners I gave away was the last Gotham City Billiard Club. No, that's it. This one I could delete. This I could delete.
I'm going to ask you something off air in a few minutes. Maybe we can put something together.
No, thank you. I got enough on my plate. I'm only kidding.
It'll be Facebook generated, basically. If we can get a certain amount of likes, maybe I'll dig in and
Put it out there. I'll honor it. You put it out
Yeah?
there. I'll honor it. You put it out there. I'll honor it. Anything. Let me tell you. This is how much trust I got in this guy sitting in the booth. He puts it out there. I'll honor it. Go for it.
Let me work on something. Let me time out. I'll be right back, folks. Everybody in the stream, if you're on Facebook, share and like Al's page, and we're going to work something out to possibly give. Well, Al's saying go with it.
Go with it.
I'm going to come up with a number, and if we can
But
come up.
you had something else. You had something else in mind. We'll go silent just for a minute.
Okay, stand by. All right. Upstate Al and NJ Pool Player are back. We had a meeting of the minds,
We are back.
and Al's working on a graphic for Facebook, I believe Twitter and all of those other social medias, and Al's going to give out one free pass.
We'll give out a couple of them under your supervision. Okay.
And how it's going to go, Al's going to explain it once he gets everything settled in.
Wait a minute. You made up the rule. Now I got to explain it.
I'm the idea guy.
All right.
Co's back at the table, and I noticed before Co had he had the momentum starting to shift his way. But Al's going to work on that, and for the people that are listening, they already have the stream. But you can also tell your friends that may be on Facebook and didn't want to go for the Gelp, they can share this and have a chance to win a free pass. Who else does that, Albert? Huh?
Oh, I don't know.
You're.
I'm working.
He's talking to himself. I got him talking to himself. He invites me into the booth and I give him work to do. That's great. Let's see how long this lasts. Ko's got a nice shot here, and we're going to put Ko Ping Yi up for one more.
Yep, 2 secs.
Update the score. Thank you, sir.
Two one.
Yes.
And we can also see the beads right there, right above the table.
Ko Ping Yi.
Okay.
We have a little silent air, which is okay. Just maybe later on I'll go through the sponsors, take a look at everybody who's sponsoring and thank them individually. I'm sure Al has, but I'd like to do it myself. I believe the races are 2-9, correct, Al?
Correct. Both sides.
Both sides.
Both sides.
Double elimination, race to 9, 10 ball, call shot, call safe. We are playing on Brunswick's. Squatted the cue ball. Came up dry. That was a little flat. 10 ball's a nice, real nice game because the break is not had by all. You can come up dry an awful lot in a 10 ball tournament if they do the numbers. I believe we have a little discussion on the rules. That's what it seemed to be. I think he was telling his opponent about the call shot, call safe type of thing. If any time you're shooting, not that I speak Mandarin or Chinese or any other language, barely English, to the air. Nice and controlled. Now with a field this strong, you have at least a dozen players that are favored. And then you have another 30 or so that could win it, or maybe 50 that could win it, 40. Maybe I'd say 50 possibly, yeah. I could be wrong, who knows. Oh boy, you keep making shots like that, you're not gonna win it. Turns the table back over to Ko Ping Yi, and after the last 2 racks of Ko shooting, I expect him to retain control of the table. For at least a couple games. Barring any unforeseen miss, but these guys don't miss too much. looking back at the general numbers, or they're playing a race of 10 or 9 or 11. If they miss a couple shots or make a few errors, that's an average, and they only got that's strong. How strong is that? They only make maybe a missed shot or 2, and maybe a errand safe or 2 or 3. But that's it. Shooting with the numbers, or shooting, whether it's whatever system you're using for figuring out the averages, because there's a few of them out there. You're shooting in the 900s, 910s, 8, highs 8s. That's not many mistakes, folks. Eight to the 9's a little tricky here. I guess he's going to just get up table. Should be no problem. Get on the short side of that. He got a little straight and a little long, but he'll be okay. I like getting a little closer and a little angle so you can go 2 rails, or going 1 rail's nice here. Took his time, settled himself. He just stopped it right there. Why get he can shoot it up there with no problem, so why get fancy, right? Why go a rail if you can go no rails? Ping off to the races. And this is winter break format. So Ping can, if he starts making balls, Ryan Su is going to be in a little bit of trouble. Hoping he has a nice momentum going and shooting well. There we go. Al's got the graphic. He's almost ready for the graphic. So if you got Facebook, expect to see it. And we would ask you to share. Do it for yourselves and do it for Al and Steinway and all the supporters of this great event. And he's giving out a free pass. I'd say I'm giving a free pass out, actually.
Yeah, you are. Absolutely. On behalf of NJ Pool Player. You got that right.
Don't try and get the bills out of me. I was only kidding when I said I'd dig deep for it. Maybe we could squeeze Jared. We'll get him. Listen, folks, I love doing this. I hope I try and get better. And
is that good enough? Win a free pass to the Steinway Classic pay-per-view stream. All you have to do to qualify is share the information. And that's to qualify, right?
That's it. And we'll determine how many likes and shares. Okay. Well, even if one person does it, I guess, you know what? They'll be the winner. That's awesome. We won't even set a parameter for the numbers. I like that even better, Al.
No, this is the way I think it should be determined. Not taking any credit for it, is whoever shares it, and we can see who shares it on social media such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, is take their names down. We'll write their names down at the end of this day and put those names into a random generator.
Right.
Spit one out, and that's
Like
the way
we
we'll
do
do
the
it.
other ones, right?
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay, so I'm going to post that up on Facebook right now.
And I'm going to share it too. Once you put it up there, I'll share it
Yeah.
with all the pool friends, and hopefully they can share too. I don't know if Pat Fleming or Ra or all of you good guys that are social media people, Sean Morgan, you can make this thing go pretty big. Give it feet. Well, I guess Co came up dry as we were tending to other matters. I wasn't paying attention. That's okay. But getting back to just how much I like what I'm doing. Well, he keeps using that inside, trying to cheat a little bit. He's going to get himself in trouble. How much getting back to that, how much I like doing it and enjoy coming over to bridges and the tunnels and everything. I listen to, I look at the streams, I look at the chats, I read the AZB forums, and I also ask some of the viewers, and I try and hone my skills a little bit, just on what they want to hear and what they want to see, and I'm trying.
And much appreciated, by the way, my friend. That's the winner free pass, the 5th annual Steinway Classic. Me free pass for day 2 and 3. Day
But
2
as
and
with
3.
anything, you can't make everybody happy. So I'm going to make myself happy and just enjoy the commentating and do my best and try and get a happy medium to what everybody kind of likes to see or hear.
You mean it's hard to be an undertaker and guarantee paradise? It sure is. Boy, that's a bad business. There you go. It's on the social media. Win a free pass
There we go.
to the Steinway Classic pay-per-view stream. All you have to do to qualify is share the information. I put info. I didn't actually put information on it. So it's up there, and it'll be given away. That I can tell you.
Yeah, because if someone's like not following you or whatever, or you're not on their page, they won't see it. So if you share it, it becomes accessible through your friends, and then I don't know how the whole thing works, but I have an idea. See, P.D. Fleming, he's listening. He shared how to. My man Pete Fleming from the Villages just shared how to get the scores and the brackets, not the scores. Let me just pull that back in case they're not doing the live scoring, but at least the brackets. You go to qscores.com or qscore.com, and I believe you have to sign in, and you'll be able to see all the brackets. There we go. We already got a couple likes.
Share. It has to be shares. That's got to be shares, not likes.
Not likes.
Share
You
the
can't
info.
You just can't like it. You got to share it.
Right.
Just like when we were kids. Got to share your sandwich.
That's right. You get a free pass for day 2 and 3. And the score is now, sorry, I lost touch with reality. Who won that rack right there? That's rack your own, I guess, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's 3-2. All right. Since we're up there, let's thank a couple of the sponsors that are on board real quick. Right there on the screen. We're not going too far. It's light-systems.com and Baltimore City Q's. Side by side, they make bookends. Now, these two companies stand up people. It's light-systems.com and BaltimoreCityQs.com. I'm expecting the new graphic. Anytime Jay and Peg get along to it, they got a lot of work on their hands. We'll get it. They told me last night, not like waiting until the 11th hour, that they had a new graphic. Back to the match. Dopin Yee and Ryan Yu. Ryan Shu. Well, who? Who did it and ran? 3-2. This is a close match. Now, Ryan kind of went cheap in the Calcutta, as Copin Yee definitely didn't go cheap. I don't know what he went, $600, $700, whatever the case may be. But this gentleman here didn't go for much. And he was standing in the corner. I'll take $20 on myself. And then it was 40 and 50. And then all of a sudden the cat was out of the bag.
Yeah, I seen that happen.
4 ball goes into the side pocket. There's 6 balls rolling. And I don't know. He's got a shot.
Yeah, some of the fellas, they were at 20 or 40 and no one was saying anything. I said to myself, are you kidding me? Like, let's just use the term, they're stealing here.
Yeah.
But
I just want to take a look on the other tables, see if we can determine who we got. This is, I'm not sure his name or his opponent, but should our main match end, we will go to one of those matches. Not leave you with a blank table. We got, I think, 6 tables under our belt that we can go to and really have a nice view on. There'll be no commentating on the secondary match unless somebody wants to sit in, but it kind of gives us a little bit of break between the main table, but without leaving, of course, the audience with a blank table. So it's going to be nonstop action throughout the evening into the nighttime. We're going to be rolling.
all right, I shared. Do I win yet?
That's what I see. See when it comes up on here, it says Troy shared it. See? So whoever shares it, I'll just go by the shares and get their name.
There we go.
I'll notice the poster on it. And it'll say share, share, share. And then we'll take all those names, put it in a hat, and a generator, and we'll spit them out.
How do you like it?
I like it.
Good deal.
Took
Sorry,
us a while to make
sorry
up the
to put you to
graphic.
work.
Took us a little while.
No, it didn't take you any time at all, Al. That was a good job. Thank God thankfully you didn't put hosted by like NJ pool player, and I would have felt guilty.
Yeah,
for that.
I didn't want to put that on. I'm
would've
not giving you that much credit.
No, I was thinking I was going to have to dip into my pocket.
I don't think he's going to try to back cut this. I think he's going to play safe. Try to roll the cue ball up behind the 2 or between the 2-7 and bank. Oh, he's just going to roll up.
Light
Ooh, that's
touch.
a hard touch. Man, he didn't get there either. That's tough.
Yeah.
Why would you play it that way instead of banking the 1 all the way down by the eagle on the scoreboard and leaving the cue ball up there?
There's a little time to get adjusted on how the tables differ.
Yeah. And just for the record, John, the mechanic, didn't have enough time to clean. You see the oil spots from the rack there?
Yep.
People dragging it. He didn't have enough time. We didn't want to take the chance of having a wet cloth or wet slate underneath the cloth. So he had Manny go out there and just vacuum this, with a good vacuum as much as he can. So that's where it's at. But this cloth's not that old. It's like 2 months old.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we were speaking about that last night, and as you were setting up, I was setting up. He's got a lot of work. He set it up for more than one night, by the way. And he went live last night and had John in the booth that does all the tables, and he explained that the aluminum, aluminum leaves a little bit of a residue, and it picks up dirt.
Yeah. Great sponsor, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. But even with the input like that, believe me, they're going to look at that.
Sure. Wow,
No
that
problem.
one just rolled enough into a bad position where it's like a side pocket shot. You got to watch the cue ball because it's such a thin hit.
Yeah, he'll smash into the 2.
And he's going into the 7.
Ooh.
Is where he's going into. He'd like to just go between the 7 and the 5 and win at the right speed, but he's going to bump the 7. If he can drag the cue ball, which is probably impossible between the 5, 7, he would. But I think he's going to have to bump the 7.
He's going to hit the 2 too if he hits the 7, I think. Oh, right in the face. Look at that.
I hit it. Take 2 away and get position on the next ball in rotation.
This nice young Taiwanese team, they all play similar. And I do like their approach to the game. Each one, they manage their emotions really well.
Yeah.
Keep really calm, as do most of the top pros. But you could see almost all of, even the Taiwanese team, they're less likely to get a little red-faced, kind of. That's, for the expression. They manage their emotions well, which is great for this game because once you start letting it get control, you start missing balls. Is that 8 a little? 8's a little funny there. What do you think, Al? No?
I think it's a little funny. Yeah, he's going to have to get on a good side of that 8 to make it. It looks like it's going to almost be a split hit.
He's down there, so he sees it.
Yeah, he got
He's
on the good
okay.
side of it. Somebody was asking, where do I find the information on Facebook? There's the link right there. It's Upstate Al. You'll see it's a top post.
And Kickin' Chicken, we've seen you here before. I'm surprised it's not just popping up on your Facebook. You can adjust your settings so you get all of Upstate Al's.
Kicking Chicken's important.
Yeah, you get your feed, like Al's. There we go. We're going to get ready to put.
33, we're tied at 3 apiece, going to 9. It's a race to 9 on both sides, the A side and the B side of the chart. And, I'm just glancing. So I'm going to go over to the cam, and I'm going to let you guys see what I see. And, sitting ringside to this match right here is Mr. Ralph Souquet. Now, whether Ralph is due up to play the winner here or not, I don't know. But you can see Ralph Souquet sitting right up front with Hunter Lombardo. In the back, you could see Lin Shu, I think is his name. I forget. There's so many Shus and Yus, and you could see Ko Pin Chung, the younger brother, watching the match. So that's what I'm seeing. I'm way up in the front of Steinway now. We're no longer. We used to be right behind where you see the red shirts. We used to set up a booth. No longer there. We got a real comfortable booth up front. But I'm just curious if Ralph's playing the winner of this next, and that's why he's sitting there. Back to the match we go as Ryan Shu is about to break. We're tied at 3 apiece. Troy stepped out of the boots. He's off and running. He's got a pad and paper in his hand. I don't know what he's doing. He's always up to something. All right, let's watch the 6 and the 7 ball go towards the side pockets. And the 1 ball is just going to go long towards the corner. 6 and 7 do not go. The 2 went 3 rails around. Didn't go. Again, a dry break. Had enough of the 1 to see it. He's trying to get behind the wall there of balls, but he didn't make it, leaving an open shot for Ryan. The 2 ball way down table. The 2 ball way down table where the 9 is. And taking a look at the shot to see what kind of angle he could leave. Even if he has to leave a longer shot, you just want to save that angle between the 2 and the 9. Oh, he's coming down to bump it. Wow. Wow. And he waves his hand because I was saying wow twice because that's a magnificent hit, but that's kind of a lucky roll. And that's where you seen that hand gesture where he waved off the co-pin. Say, hey, I got a little roll there. I wasn't playing it that way. No. He's going to definitely be playing co-pin knee safe here. He's going to put that cue ball nestled up against that 5. And that 3 ball is going to be sitting up there by the shorter rail. Just like so. It didn't really hit the 3 that hard. He could have nestled it up a little bit better, but nevertheless, it is a safe. The backward Z. In front of the 7 and then to the 3. Oh, just locking up the 5-10. I thought he was going to do the Z shot. So hard to determine, you know, the way he gets up there and starts lining up on the cue ball. Sometimes they fool you, and Warren Kamko does that to me. For some reason, Warren Kamko gets up there and he's got the perfect rhythm all the time, don't get me wrong. It just looks like he's going to hit the ball with power all the time. And we're going to have the likes of Warren Kamko on his table. I'm sure he's usually in the money round.
He went 2 and out. He's done. No, I'm only kidding.
Man,
I'm back.
I bet you my Apple Watch says breathe. Take a minute and breathe. I couldn't believe it did it to me. The watch actually said take a minute and breathe.
Did it really?
Yeah, when I got excited. I didn't know it does that.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. It must be
So
the new.
that's kind of good for you. If you
Go for what? If I'm not breathing, don't bother me. I don't want to be
no,
woken
but
up.
it's telling you to
Relax
a little bit.
Yeah, I couldn't.
You couldn't.
No, I was doing the camera work.
Well, you should listen to it. Say, you know what?
Yeah,
let me
I'm
just
gonna listen to
take like 2 seconds to.
I haven't listened to Apple product since I was born.
Yeah, sure you did. But you know, you take a little breather for a second. I see Greg and his lovely wife were in a.
Greg who? Antonakis?
Yes, sir.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right down below. Let me go see the Gregster for a sexta.
And
I'll be right back. It's 3-3. You're in the hands of Troy. What do you got?
just Allen and Chang. Allen's up 7-6.
And Alan Rowland, he's a Puerto Rican champion, by the way. He's representing Puerto Rico. He's a hell of a shooter. He was looking for a stake horse to put him in the U.S. Open. And there was 2 people that were going to, but Alex Brokovich had 4 people already going in, 4 horses. But Alex really wanted to put him in the U.S. Open. So Alex Brokovich said, no, I can't. I have too many. I have like thousands of dollars invested already, almost 10,000. He says, but I'm putting you in the Steinway Classic. So Alex Brokovich put Alan Rowland in the Steinway Classic.
I mentioned that the other day, how there's another great supporter of the game. You know, he supports it more as a player level, and he puts these guys into the box where they may not have the opportunity. You know,
Right.
Some people just don't have the means. But he is a tremendous player.
Thank you, Dustin, for sharing it. Let me go say hi to Greg.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll be here. Let me see if I can. We got 3-3, and where's my pad for? I got you. Oh, you go ahead. Go out on a limb, Al, and put him up for that one. There we go. Al's going to step out of the booth for a few minutes. question for the people in the chat room, if anybody's active. Did anyone go over to Q Sport and able to access the brackets? I'm going to try it myself, because with so many tables and great players playing, you just don't know where to look. I mean, besides the stream table. But that's a job at hand for me and Al, is to try and manage these three. But I'm going to see if I can get out there once in a while. And I'm not sure if they're doing live scoring or just the brackets. Try and keep you updated on anyone you may be interested in. No promises.
All right. Stu Montana, did you let them know Stu Montana's here?
No, I didn't see Stu Montana.
He's here. You seen him at the U.S. Open on camera all the time, sitting in the right-hand corner. Actually, that was Dr. Michael Fedak's seat, and Doctor said, Stu, you can have it.
There you go. I did see.
As Stu was always at the Aki Stats Arena anyway.
Yeah.
You know.
I did see him down there, and I sat with him for a while, and I spoke with him, but I did not see him
Good
walk in
people.
here. Yeah. Talking about people that love the game, you know?
Yeah. Watch the stroke. See if he takes the longer shot or he's going to stroke into it so he can knock the four away. I don't know. What's the plan here? Look at the three ball. Three ball and the full ball. Look at it. I thought he was going to stroke back, you know, and get way up table, close as he can to that short rail without being trapped up behind the 9, and then make the 2 and try to punch
not their
four
style.
away. You punch the 4 off the rail and the cue ball squirts behind the 3, and now you got a clear shot into that corner.
Yeah, but the percentage of
here.
him just kind of making it and getting back a little bit without drawing was a lot higher, and that's what he wanted, and he's able to.
He went to bump it out anyway and wound up getting them to miss. This is going to be costly right here.
This one's going to leave a mark?
You know, I just had someone come up to me. I'm not going to mention his name. Hell of a nice guy. I'm sure we'll have him in the booth later on. He says, Al, guess who my first match is? He says, I said, who? He says, Shane Van Boening. I said, oh, that's great. He was like, great. I said, yeah, where else are you going to play Shane? You know, he's not a, he's an open open player.
Open player, right.
Shortstop. Where else are you going to play Shane Van Boening? Were you at the U.S. Open?
Yeah, for $150 or $200, right.
So he says, that's what I mean. I thought he was like on the downside of it. He says, I love it.
Right, good.
He says, the only thing I want you to do is come by and take a picture of me and Shane after he beats me. Gotta love the attitudes.
Well, I told another player, same type of situation, a shortstop open player, and he had a tough draw. And I gave him some inspiration. I said, kick his butt, you know. So he misses too. It's only a race to 9. %99 of the time he's gonna shoot you into, you know, into oblivion, and you're just looking for that 1%. You need a good set. You put a good set on anybody, you can win.
Well, he can.
You can
I
win.
told him. I said you can actually win a set. I said, he doesn't have to beat you.
Yeah.
He said, oh, I know that.
Yeah, good.
He's just ecstatic that he's playing it, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd actually rather have that guy that I beat all the time, my first set, bye.
Yeah.
He didn't get a shot.
Be careful how you say that. There might be somebody out there with
Name
the last
Bai.
name by.
I just changed my name. Well, that was a little. Now he's going to do it again.
Yeah, same shot. Drag it. Come a little longer than the side pocket. Well, I'll tell you what, folks out there, who would have expected a match like this to go back and forth? I think every match in here is going to be like this. The talent that's in this field is unbelievable, really unbelievable. In fact, we got a match coming up next. Rodney Morris and John Mora. They'll be coming up next right after this match right here. Tony's running a little time slot of a schedule, trying to give Upstate a little break in between, but hey, I'm excited. Let's get the match right out there. Let's just keep the motion of the ocean rolling. Rodney Morris and John Moore up next. Now, you noticed Ryan called the 9-ball, and this is what I like about kicking into a ball. And it doesn't have to be the last ball before the money ball. Any ball, when you're kicking a shot like this, you have to call it. The worst that can happen is you get another safe and you'll kick again, and he almost made it. And didn't hit it with the pro speed to leave the 9-ball like mid-table, you know what I mean? Not near a pocket. He actually overhit it. And I'm sure he's going to learn from that shot. That's the type of shot you really want to have the touch for. Not only you want to kick it and try to make it, but kick it, and if I don't make it, I want to leave it at least in the middle of the table kind of safe. I'm sure he'll practice that shot, or learned it right now, and the next time he kicks, he's going to remember to kick it with the proper speed. Copigny about to tie this match up at 4-4. Just like that, we have it.
Tied up at 4. I guess they signed the contract, right? Al? Anybody that plays on the stream table, they got to go hill, right? Is that the move?
Listen, with this kind of talent, yeah.
Now, I just got a report.
Yeah. I think I filled everybody
Number
in.
2, Chang, from the U.S. Open, just was defeated.
Really?
Yes.
By who?
Alan.
Oh, yeah. Don't underestimate Alan Rowland. I got news for you. And not only him. I tried to buy his compadre from Puerto Rico in the Calcutta that nobody knew, but I couldn't get him cheap. No.
The cat was out of the bag. He was the proverbial dark horse, or a $120. Here we go, to the break. Watch those 2 balls. Watch for the side.
Table 16, we have Clyde Mata and Darren Appleton on 16. Clyde Mata and Darren Appleton on 16.
Do you have any idea why it comes out like so big like that? On Facebook?
Oh, that's on your. You must have something with your settings, I guess.
No. I never changed anything. There it is. Now it's working.
Well, I spoke to Mandy and Tony Robles, and I asked also that we have, while there's breaks and there's a little break in the action on our main featured table, table 27 and table 13, which we have cameras 2 and 3 on.
Yeah.
If they can somehow, when they look and put matches on the table.
Yeah, they just have to put them out there, right?
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
no
yeah.
favoritism.
No.
But if we happen to have a good match, and let us know at
Yeah,
least.
yeah.
You know, if we got something like
Yeah.
Hill or
I
something
gave-
like that.
I gave them a heads up. Right?
Yeah, gotcha. You saved my neck, and I saved yours.
As you say, Al, I got no skin in this game, only love.
That's it.
Oh, did they? I think they did give you the next matchup, right? Did you release it?
Yeah, I'm going to start promoting it now because I want to be ahead of the game.
Yeah, it takes time.
Right.
That works very hard. It's like a one-man circus, I'll tell you.
Kind of gives me a little relaxation.
Gives me relaxation.
A one-man circus. Yes. This is my friend, man.
It is, though. I mean, you're
Yeah,
putting the
yeah.
tents up, and
Yeah.
now you're doing the high wire act. I want to see you juggle, and
I want my money's worth.
come see the freak show.
That's right. I remember going into those little freak shows and
Yeah.
those little connies and stuff, and just got a text message.
Either that, or you need to not be so excited. Al's watch just went off.
I'm not sure who is texting me in, sending me messages, but I'll get to it. Ba-da-ba-ba. When my baby smiles at me, I go to Rio de Janeiro.
No, I have a. Well, I got to limit my questions on air. I know that. And I'll ask you
Yes,
off
some
air.
of the ones that I can't answer are the ones that I'm going to tell you I'll answer them in the morning because I have to find out, and the ones that I can answer, of course, we'll share.
Well, it happens to be with the background that you can't control, kind of, in the environment, is, say, music, for instance.
Yeah.
Right now you're doing a pay-per-view, and say if there was background music on.
I'll tell them to cut it off if it was too much.
Right. I mean, is there any, like, if I happen to be in the band, like, can I say, hey, you're playing my music in the background?
Are you talking about me singing?
No.
When
Well,
my
it
baby-
brought tears to my eyes. Besides the fact that I was thinking if there's like infringement rights, because there's a lot
No.
of different things out there.
Absolutely not. This is a pay-per-view.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I was thinking like Jared. Hey, Jared, give us a soundtrack.
Oh,
that
we're
we
going to
can-
have
we
Jared
can
do a
play-
thing. I hope Jared's bringing his horn.
We can play.
I can't wait to see him. I tell you the truth.
A CD of very light jazz music that you can play while you're live streaming, and there's no implications of someone coming barking at you saying you're playing their music. He came up short on that, by the way.
Sure did. But it's cuttable.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
these pockets.
And
Even on a diamond, it's cuttable.
Yeah.
It's a big pocket in that corner. Should be no plan.
just
No
gotta
problem.
hit it. If nice speed.
5-4. This is getting real interesting.
Hill. They know the deal.
Well, some people don't know Ryan. And I can tell by the people that are here on premises that were, bidding in the players auction that they didn't know him.
But people like you, those in the know,
Yeah. He wasn't going to escape that quick.
but just playing well and being able to manage a huge event like this is a tough field. So, you know what? It's really anybody's game. Any one of these players, any given day, any one of these guys can win this. but day in, day out, we definitely have a good 25 guys that are just monsters, and that's what they do is eat things like this up for breakfast. Off to the break. Ryan with the lead. He came up dry before a few times. See if he changed. Watch that 6. Ooh, came in a little short. Ooh, he got a little fortunate with that 3 going around the table. If that 1's able to get into the side there, which I believe it can, he's in real good shape. You sit back and watch him run this rack, because it should be no trouble. Unless you make it, which I like to do.
Yeah, you want to maintain control of this table. You know, you're not playing Opie from.
You're not playing me.
Right. You're not playing you, or me, or a few hundred of these spectators that are around. But
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
You don't get to, like I said from the get-go, all of these guys could be beat. But
Does the attempt to get low on this 4-ball to cut you short?
no, that's all right.
Right.
Yeah, come down a little bit.
You know what I like? I really like just
staying there.
staying there and then playing 3 rails between the 6-10 and coming up behind the 8.
Wow, with my money?
With your money, I'd play that. But he's going to play pretty smart way.
On table 21, we have Raw Pole. On 21.
Yeah, I kind of like what he did there, because it's more like you don't have to force the cue ball to do what you want, even though he had to bump the 9 there. The 8's real large if you try to play those 3 rails. In other words, if you kept that cue ball up on by the side pocket. But, you know,
Well,
he's up there. He's winning 5-4 here.
Here's another little, not a tester, but he's got to get right on that 6. There's a small alley.
Yeah.
From
here, it don't look that small.
Wow, I didn't expect that,
But
but
it does look deep. And he's okay. He just made the 10 ball right in that hole. He's going to have all the confidence in the world of doing this 3-railer.
I was looking at this alley. I didn't even realize
Oh, yeah, I thought he was looking at this one.
this
yeah.
one. Right.
Yeah, that is a small alley if you
Right,
come
right.
between the 6-7 for that shot.
Not even coming there, just leaving it in the center of the table for that
Oh, just a long shot?
8-inch box that you need to be in. Yeah, that was a.
And instead of going 3 rails, and bringing the cue ball out long, just played 1 rail. Nice touch. Make it as easy as possible.
Yeah, that's a style of a lot of players. Why go 2 or 3 or even 1 when you can just maintain the cue ball, try and move it as little as possible. You tend to play better, although it's not as flashy or as fun. You get in line and you shoot a bunch of easy shots. And then you're less likely to have a tendency to miss shots, I guess. That's what it all boils down to. This is their living. When I was younger and growing up, that's what they told me. Don't quit your day job.
And I'm glad you listened.
Nice touch there. Use the speed to let the cue ball grab with a little bit of English.
They're so impressive,
This way you don't scratch in the side.
So impressive. He's playing a world champion here. He's not even flinching. He doesn't even want to flinch. Takes the lead by 2, 6-4, racing to 9. Alan Rowland just beat Kevin Chang.
Yeah, Alan came up to the booth and.
Yeah. Nice guy, real nice guy.
Yeah,
You got to
yeah.
get to know him. I'll introduce you to
No,
him.
I
He
remember
doesn't
last
speak.
time.
Oh, okay. Doesn't speak much English, but
He gets
down
by.
to earth. Yeah, he gets by. You're right. He does.
Un poquito español.
Yeah, we all do.
Hey.
Guys in the truck sometimes know what they're doing, and I don't know why. 6-4. Let's get over to Facebook. I think tonight is Troy's giving me a little more work to do, but we'll get there.
How's it doing?
Good. We see Hannah Shattuck and many
There
others.
you go.
Many others. Danny Campbell, Pamela Reed.
Now, I'm over here on Q Score. And they have their participants of the. I still haven't been able to find my way to the if there's brackets.
That
or
time
not.
the 6 ball found in the side pocket right out of the gate. The 10 ball drops, the 1 hangs. 10 ball does not count on the break in any pocket. But look at the shot on the 1 ball. And the 2 ball against the rail right there.
This is not an easy get.
No.
I have major difficulties with this type of shot, that's for sure. I think most amateurs do.
He would love to draw this back and bump that 2 ball. You know what I mean? And
I don't think so.
loosen it up. Oh, yeah, he would. Well, you think he would go to long rail first and get on top of the 2 and try to shoot in the bottom left-hand
Yeah,
corner?
then come over. I mean,
That's
that's
a
a
hard
natural
shot, though. That thing is pinned to the rail.
That's an easy shot compared to getting on it, I believe.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to take the chance. He is. He's swinging for the fences.
No,
Watch.
low left off the top rail.
Let's
and
see
he's
what he
just gonna
does.
Come in.
Let's see what he does.
Come in and tuck it in.
Zing! He's trying to bump it. Look out! He came low. He tried to bump it. But look at the position he got. Anytime a ball is against the rail, depending on what side of the side pocket it's on, the closest corner pocket to that ball is the one you want to shoot it in. You really do not want to shoot it past the side pocket points. And one of the things that Copigny did when he got up and practiced prior to this match was pin a ball against the rail on each rail and shot him past the pocket. And he noticed on the right side of the table that the ball hit the point. And on the left side of the table, he was able to do it.
Really?
Yeah, he's sharp. He's sharp.
So there you go, folks. There's a little hint for you. If, you first get on the table and check it out,
He checked it out.
Checked it out.
But the position that Ryan just played there was unbelievable.
He just
on that 2 ball. Now look at the 3 ball.
He was just able to manage this whole rack with those 2 shots. He seems to be getting right in line. Stand by. I'm going to go. I'll be right back. All right, we're back.
All right, we're hot. Somebody was having a problem signing on. That's all it was, a little technical phone call.
Oh, you could do tech services too? Part of the circus?
It's all part of it. But getting back to this
There we
match,
go.
from the 1 to the 2 to the 2
3.
to the 3, the 3 to the 4. Everything's been difficult. It's played within, a 2-foot radius circle, all the balls, and he's just like in and out.
Yeah,
It's so nice to watch.
Yeah, and you know what he did was each ball he didn't try to get perfect. He just worked his way through the rack, basically.
And it was definitely warranted, and that goes back. I'll never forget the way King James, Jim Rempe used to do it the best. A lot of players do it good, but I never seen anybody than Jim Rempe get in and out of racks. I'm talking straight ball, 8-ball, or just like this 10-ball match that this Ryan Shoe is putting on an exhibition right now and moving ahead by a score of 7-4. We're racing to 9.
That rack was worthy of clapping and accolades. Absolutely.
It's winner break format, so you never count any one of the players that are playing in this event out because of the quality of play that they have. They're all professionals, basically. Some of the open players in the area wanted to play or that were in the U.S. Open, so they got in also.
Al, do I get extra shots to winning if I share it more than once?
Yeah, I guess you do. Yeah. Whatever comes. Well, we're gonna take it. No, you won't. Your name will only going once.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll only going once. I kind of like that.
I kind of wanted to bump it up
Is that
there.
a tricky question?
Yeah, of course.
I can't answer those. 2-ball went around the world, 3
Again.
rails and went in.
That was he did that the last rack also. This time he didn't get rewarded as much as he did the last time. But he could possibly go to the air. Might be a good time to push though. Or at least push to a better jump shot. That's what he's just looking at. I don't believe this is a good push, only for the reason Ko's not going to let him shoot this pretty easy jump to hit and a favorite to make. And it's not even a full ball, and it's very close. It's not very close. So it's he let him shoot that. I can't.
Yeah. You know why?
He has a momentum on his side, and
He weighed out the odds is what he weighed. He weighed out the odds. He says, look, I'm down 7-4. If I take a shot at this and miss it,
I lose.
I got a chance of losing. The chances of losing are more favorite than the chances of making this. So.
I think he loses either way. I'd rather go
Well,
down.
let's see. I'll tell you what, this Ryan guy is going to be locked up here. Close and almost.
And he's not jumping this unless he's got a bridge.
Bridge. He'll need a guy with stilts just to get up that high. No,
he's
full
a
cue.
tall fella. He's just checking it out.
He might do a full cue jump.
No, he's going to do he got the short cue. He was just sitting up there to see
I don't
if
think
he
he can reach you with the short cue.
He's got to go side arm. Yeah, you can see.
Yeah, he can.
Yep.
Look at
He's
this.
pretty tall and lean.
Look at this.
Oh. That's where being in great shape for this game.
So what happened to Copigny if he would have took that 1 ball? He might have made it and wound up in a position worse than that.
Right. Or
so
worse.
now he's back at the table, but he doesn't have a shot at the 3, but he's got a shot at playing safe.
And that's a nice push for Ryan to push to because he is in head.
And taller, maybe?
No, just the fact that he's thinking, Ko's probably going to give this back to me because he's down, and I get kind of a free shot at a jump shot.
Smart move.
It really
I got
is.
to definitely agree with you. Definitely a smart move.
These guys move too good. Remember that 99% of the time they're going to win, and you have a 1% chance. I think my odds just got diminished by 0.5. It's awfully nice to see this level of play. And Al, I can't thank you enough for bringing this to the viewers and It's not just you. I realize that. It's
Not just me.
I realize that, but I'm sitting next to you, so
It's a team
someone's
effort.
someone's got to buy lunch.
It's you got it, brother. It's a team effort, and you're part of it.
You know that. Anything I can give, I'll try. Give my time, I can. Here we go. Ryan with control of the table once again, and nothing on the rail, nothing touching.
You know, the one thing about the internet, if there's folks out there that didn't know this young man, I'm sure, you know, anybody that's into pool knows who he is. But the ones that don't know who he is, the one thing about the internet is, now they do. You know, and not only here, in Germany, I mean, there's a lot of people tuned in, you know, around the world. The internet it's a big source of information.
Oh, what time is it, Al?
Oh, yeah, at 4:22, you better get out there. You put it in the last one at 2:02 or 2:05.
Okay, very good.
All right, well, Troy will be back. He's got to feed the meter here outside. It's a 2-hour meter. 8-4. Ryan shoot. Got a phone call from the same gentleman that's having a little issue, so it's kind of quiet there, trying to deal with that on the side. Cole's got to come with it. He's got to keep the table. We all know that. He knows it most of all. And it's win or break format. So he can come to town like Santa Claus with packages if he can just keep running out. And just like that, Coe answers back, 8-5. His opponent on the hill. And it looks like Coe is going to take a break. And as we promised, we are not going to leave our audience on the blind side of things. We're going to go around the world and take a look and see what's happening here. We'll take the scoreboard down. Oops, sorry about that. There we go. And as soon as Copigny comes back, as soon as Copigny comes back from his break, we'll go back over to the main table.
And this match is 8-7, I believe. Yes.
8-7. Do we know who's in the lead? Or we don't know.
Don't know. I just
Okay.
walked in and I noticed that the table was on timeout, so I grabbed the score of the better.
Yeah, that's another thing about sitting here. We can see beads from here, you know what I mean? And on the other side, we can't. So it's great sitting here.
Well, you can actually see every table.
Ooh,
he got a little help from his friend there. With this
Good thing he
pool-
didn't have a lot of help from his
Yeah.
friend. He wouldn't have made it.
With this pool room, with the lights the way they are, you're able to see every table in the house.
Yeah, Copigny's back to the table, so we're getting right back. Yeah. Well, we can see the tables, but we can't see all the scores unless we had a pair of mini binoculars, opera glasses.
Oh, not the scores. I'm saying you can see
Yeah,
the tables.
but we could see the beads if we had opera glasses or something to that nature. NYPD is in the house, right there. Neil, it stands for Neil. It's New York Pool Detective, NYPD, New York Pool Detective.
Thought my boys in blue were in the house, and
Well, sitting right at the door.
you pointed him out.
Sitting at the door right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, good deal.
yeah. Part of the family, cousin.
I ran right past him. He looked at me like, "Who are
Well, I told him you were coming.
you? Who are you?" I said, "I got."
I also told him your background. He was like, well, cool. All right.
Road trip. I did use the restroom, and it's like, I'm with Upstate Al, and I'll be right back.
He actually stopped Alex Borokovich.
Did he?
Al, tell him who I am.
$10. Get it up.
I went like this. I don't know who you are.
Here we go.
8-5. Copigny has to keep the table. Oh, not
Oh.
like that. You know, look at how many balls he made.
And he had a little smile as he walked out the.
Just coming off of that head pin, just a little bit to the side will do that. And that's exactly what happened. And look at this. This is another rack where you got the 4, the 5, the 7, and the 3, you know, in that close proximity with the 2.
A Cosmo.
It looks like a Cosmo, but you still got to work it.
Yeah.
You know, the 2 leads to the 3, the 3 leads to the 4, and so on. But you got to work within that close proximity. And anything can happen, like this.
He's okay.
He's on the wrong side of that 2 ball.
He can manage.
He knows it. That's why his hands dropped. Like he just lost his breath.
Shake it off.
Shake what off? You know, that's a small window he's going to deal with now.
He can do a little moving.
He's got the 4 to the 5 window, which is small. And he's got a small window between the 7 and the 4. So take your pick. See, he's picking the 4 and the 5. You know how hard that's going to be to slide over? Plus make this 2 ball? He could wind up behind that 5 ball and have to jump again. Not that he can't jump. Don't get me wrong. We've seen him jump and make balls, but he was on the wrong side of the 2.
How about if he just punches it over and
Yeah, punch where?
into the 5 a little bit?
Into the 5?
Yeah, just don't slide off.
No,
of
you
it.
don't want to be bumping things unless
I
you
know you don't.
necessarily have to. He's playing that window. He's playing that window between the 4 and the 5 to get to the 3. He's got to be real. See, and this is what happens. Hey, he's okay, all right. Get the jump cue out.
Because he was listening to you, how much trouble he was in.
If he was listening to me, he would never been in that position. Wow. And how do you like this? He's on the hill. He gets back to the table. And he might turn it back over. And Copigny could win from here.
Well, here's now. Do you call this one or do you say
You gotta
know
call
what,
it.
I'm gonna
You gotta call it.
I'm going to play safe.
You got to call it. What's the worst that can happen? You're going to be jump or kicking again? You got to call it. He almost made it, too. Watch the rock. So what we thought was a Cosmo
Yeah.
with ball in hand, he got out of shape on the 2.
He had a bad angle.
He had a bad angle. You're right, Mr. Fleming. You're right.
He had a bad angle on the 1 to get to the 2.
I call him Mr. Fleming because that's what Pat does to us.
Well, after that scratch on the break, Copigny, I think he smirked and walked to his seat and thought that may have been his last opportunity at the table.
Yeah.
I really, truly believe that.
Sit down, John. John's not going to sit down.
I pulled John aside before when I first walked in and I spoke to him. And
He camped out with us last night.
oh, good deal.
Yeah, he might stay
Well, he
again.
told me he did an awesome job, and I invited him again, which you probably did. And
Yeah, of course.
I took the
Door's
liberty.
open.
I took the liberty, but I said we'd love to have you in the booth and give us some more of your insight because
He's got to watch the cue ball here.
he
Troy.
is the mechanic, you know, for the
Gotta
table.
Watch the cue ball here.
No problemo.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he is the mechanic. You're right.
You know, for any questions or comments about tables or
He has no problem spreading the knowledge.
pocket sizes and how
My-
he's going to go about it.
My son says, boy, you guys could talk because he stayed with us last night. You know? And I said, I got news for you. I said, John and I used to talk so much that John used to have to tell me to go away because he had to get his work done.
Well,
But we would get deep into conversation.
Right, we've discussed that too.
I'm
because
talking 28 years ago, 29 years ago.
he has a big job coming up,
He does.
and he needs to get it done in a timely manner.
Yep. Like all of them.
And with that said, we'll get back to that in a minute.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Co gets up to a little closer, and with the break, he really needs to manage this break and not scratch again. And don't think that's not in the back of his mind.
You know,
right
since
here.
we got a quick quick time here. Let's go right to the videotape. We got to mention this right on your screen. AccuStats 8-Ball Invitational going to take place in the Aramis Simonis Arena at Sandcastle Billiards in Edison, New Jersey. Look at those champions right there. Darren Appleton, the Rocket, John Mora, Shane Van Boning, Jason Shore, and Corey Dool. Corey Dool is the only one that's not in this tournament. The rest of them are here. But this is going to take place. It's an 8-Ball Invitational. It's the Make It Happen event. Make sure to go over to AccuStats, ACCU-STATS.com, and purchase your pay-per-view, or show up on location and meet Ed Ladowie. You've seen him down at the U.S. Open. He's a great gentleman that owns the pool room. Sandcastles. We've got a Hill-Hill match here as Copigny is having a little difficulty racking, so we'll switch over here. It's Hill-Hill.
Try and give you as much as we can to this right here, and when Cope gets back to break, I'm sure Al will switch right back over.
The gentleman that you just saw walk by the camera shot was Ruben Batista, who actually came in second at the Nick Varner Classic, if you remember, that took place out in Colorado. Mika Immonen, who actually won it, is actually in this tournament too. So not only everybody that's playing in the AccuStats Make It Happen 8-Ball Invitational is here, so is Mika and many other players. We got to get back, because Co says we're ready to roll.
I'll keep an eye on that match and let you know if he gets out.
On table 13, we got Kevin Chang and Keith 13, Kevin Chang, Keith 13.
6-ball and the 7 went in.
Oh,
Both side
watch
pockets.
the 10.
Both side pocket balls went in, and the 3 went in. 3 rails around the world and in. Shot on the 1. Now.
Couldn't ask for much more than this.
Well, 5 balls in an area that goes, looks like it goes into the side pocket, and the 4 balls in a little bit funny area. So that's where he wants to be. He wants to be high on the 2, naturally to come down for the 4 for the side pocket. Once he gets there, if that 5 ball goes in the side, this looks like a Cosmo.
You just got him like I got Ryan.
I do it on cue, baby. If you got a bet on the other guy, just tell me to say that.
And that match on the other table we were just showing, the gentleman that was at the table ran out.
I believe that was Galeo, right?
Yeah, I was not
If I'm not
100%
mistaken.
positive,
I'm pretty sure
so I
that's
didn't
him,
want
yeah.
to put any names out there.
Pretty sure.
We have a couple cameramen on site.
His name is Frenchie. Works alongside JP a lot of the times, and then he also works for CSI.
There you go.
He's got his cameras here. He went to a wedding in Syracuse and decided to come down since the tournament was taking place and shoot some, which is pretty cool.
I don't want to release any names just in case they're
Well, Frenchie's not his name.
in West.
We call him Frenchie because he's from France,
Witness protection.
not from Switzerland.
Now, Al, with the stream that's going now,
Yeah.
the people that are watching the stream, do they necessarily have to log into the chat room?
No, they're not.
No, I'm saying they don't have to log in, right?
No.
I mean, or they don't even keep the chat. Chat's like a separate thing with this.
Yeah. Notice chat's within the
Oh, okay.
pay-per-view, and all they got to do is launch. There's a button below the
Oh, okay.
viewer
So-
that says launch.
That's what I wanted to get to. So we're just asking you if you want. check it out, launch it, and sometimes Al puts in links inside there. Check out the links, whether it be sponsors or to his pages.
Trying to catch up with some of my homework here as far as some of the folks that usually help us out.
Co's demeanor at the table right now is that of a little pressure. He didn't like to where he got for that 5. I think he'd have liked him in over a few inches more. Oh, he can't cut it in, so he's going to have to bank it. Can't cut it in without risking scratching. And at this point, he can't risk anything. I'm surprised he's not playing safe. Got a little fortunate not to leave it right in the hole, but this is very manageable. Wow, that's tight play. He played him safe on that as opposed to looking to close it out and play that combination.
You know, this all goes back to the ball in hand on the 1 ball that Ryan had to get to the 2 ball, and he got out of the shape. So, like I said, from that point on, with the winner break, Ryan doesn't have to win this.
But he surely could lose it, like with another Aaron.
Yeah, you sure he clue?
Aaron shot.
Now, you got to call this.
Yeah, he did.
You got to call it.
Cole called that.
I think it's a little funny angle to make, but he didn't make it. And I think that drew the last straw. Ryan's coming out, and he knows I cannot make a mistake. I'm going to settle in, back to my regular rhythm. I got out of line on the 1. You rest assured he's not going to get out of line on any ball here.
Yeah, they do the smart play there instead of going for the combination and risking, whether it was even a 60-40 or even 70-30. They don't take that opportunity. They'd rather, when I'm using they, I would mean all the pros.
Yeah.
They tend to play safe and only take those opportunity or chances when they feel they have a large enough lead, and depending on who the competitor is.
Yeah, well,
basically, I mean, if you're playing someone that doesn't miss, and
if they're hunting out there and playing just going around and just playing somebody that they don't know, yeah, but they know that they can't do anything like that here. You can't take your foot off the gas here.
Three games, to a pro like that, you lose.
You got that right. Don't take it too lightly. He's not playing
for the win.
Mo Larry Curley. For the win it is. Copenhagen's on to the B side of the field. Got defeated here in this match. 9-6. Rodney Morris. Coming up next with John Mora. We're going to take a quick break for a couple of minutes, and we'll be right back, folks. I want to thank the gentleman right here on your screen. That's my man right there, NJ Pool player. And we're going to be right back with another match, guys. Stand by.